Dear students, let us continue the chapter Force and Laws of Motion. In the last video, we had studied about Newton's first and second laws of motion. So, Newton's first law tells us that to bring a change in the state of rest or in the state of motion of an object, a force is needed. That is, a force produces a change in velocity of the object. Newton's second law tells us the magnitude of acceleration which is produced by a force when applied on an object. So, these two laws do not explain how does the force act on the object. Only it tells what changes is observed on an object when the force applied. But it does not explain how the force act on the object. Okay, so this question is answered by the Newton's third law of motion. Newton's third law of motion. Okay, so as per Newton's third law of motion, when one object exerts a force on the other object, the other object also exerts an equal and opposite force on the first object. Once again I will repeat, as per Newton's third law of motion, what it says: when one object exerts a force on another object, the other object also exerts an equal and opposite force on the first object. So in easy language we can say it as every action has an equal and opposite reaction. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction, and they act on the two different objects. Thus we can say whenever one body exerts a force on the another body, then the second body will also exert an equal and opposite force on the second body. Okay, so this is the statement for Newton's third law of motion. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you see here, a boy applying a force of 100 Newton on a wall. At the same time, the wall is applying an opposite force on, that is equal force, that is 100 Newton only, on in opposite direction. So if this is the direction of force applied by a man, the wall exerts the force equal in opposite direction on the man. So if he is the first object 1, object 2, so object 1 exerts a force on wall, object 2 exerts a force on man. Okay, so here the action and reaction. So you can see for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Here also you can see here. Okay, so this one example. So now let us consider some examples. Here I have considered a book which is lying on a table. Here the weight of the book is acting vertically downward, but the book does not move downward. It implies that the resultant force on the book is 0, which is possible only if the table is exerting an upward force. You can see the upward force. So which is possible only if the table exerts an upward force of reaction on the book equal to the weight of the book. Okay, so here the book is balanced. So if you consider another one example, while moving on the ground, we exert a force by our feet to push the ground backward. So the ground exerts force on the same magnitude on our feet forward, which makes us to move forward. Okay, here also the ground exerts, as we apply a force by our feet, in the same way the ground exerts an equal force on our feet in opposite direction. So the statement of Newton's third law means that in every interaction there is a pair of forces acting on the two objects which is interacting. So the size of the force on the first object is equals to the size of the force on the second object. Here the magnitude is same. Magnitude of force is same. But the direction of the force on the first object is opposite to the direction of force on the second object. So first object and second object direction of force will be opposite to each other. And forces always comes in pair, equal and opposite. That is we call action and reaction force pair. Okay. So in the above stated example, we observe that there are two objects and two forces. The first example, the weight of the book acts on the table downward and the force on the of the reaction of the table acts on the book upward. So here action and reaction. So the action is weight of the book on the table. The reaction is the table is balancing and it is having a force in the upward direction. So here you can see the forces of equal magnitude which are acting in opposite direction. This two pair of force is called as action and reaction force. In the same way, in the second example also, our feet exerts a force on the ground and the ground exerts the force of reaction on our feet. So the feet exerts an action, foot pushes down and back. A reaction, the floor pushes up and we can move it forward. So one force is called the action and the other force is called the reaction. Thus, Newton's third law of motion states that in an interaction of two bodies A and B, the magnitude of action is equal in magnitude to the reaction, but they are in direction opposite to each other. Okay, the direction of the force which are equal in magnitude are acting in opposite direction when the two objects interact. Okay, so the action and reaction never act on the same body, but they always act simultaneously on two different bodies. That is, the forces are always present in pairs. So the important points of which you have to remember in third law of motion is there are two forces. One force is called action and the other force is called reaction. Both force act in opposite direction. Okay, both forces acting in opposite direction. Both forces occur on different bodies. So one force act on the other body, force act on the another body. So there are two different forces which is acting on two different bodies. Both forces are equal. So if it is of 100 Newton, the other force also will be 100 Newton, which is acting in opposite direction. Example. Okay. So however, acceleration produced may be different because different mass of two bodies, if we consider, their acceleration will be different because force is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay. So it depends, acceleration will be different but forces are equal. Okay, force may be same but two bodies, if it is having different mass, then the acceleration will be different. That time force differs. So as per Newton's third law of motion, force of one body is equal to force of other body. So this is what Newton's third law of motion says. Force of one body is equal to force of other body. So mass of first body into acceleration of the first body will give us the force, right? Mass into acceleration. Same way mass of second body into acceleration of second body. So it can be seen that if mass of the first body is more than the second body, then acceleration of the first body will be less than the acceleration of the second body. So acceleration will be less here, acceleration will be more. The mass of the first body is more than second body. Okay, during that time this happens. So next let us see experimental demonstration of Newton's third law to prove that action and reaction are equal and opposite. So there is one activity. So for that, take two springs balance A and B connected together Okay, it is connected together. Fix the spring balance B to the rigid support. Here you can see when a force is applied by pulling the free end of the spring balance A. So when the force is applied on the spring balance A free end, both the spring balance show the same reading here. It shows 100 Newton, here also it is showing 100 Newton. So both the spring balance shows the same reading. So this shows that the force exerted by the spring balance A on B is equal but opposite in direction to the force exerted by the spring balance B on A. So the force exerted by the spring balance A on B is action, and the force exerted by the spring balance B on A is reaction. Okay, so here also action and reaction force exist. So next let us study some examples of action and reaction. For example, the first example, let us consider a book on a table. So when a book is placed on a tabletop, the book exerts a force AB downwards which is equal to its weight on the table. Okay, so which is equal to the weight W. And the table balances it by an equal force AD. It is called the reaction R, which is acting upwards on the book. So here this shows action and reaction. The book is acting in downward direction is the action. In the same way, tabletop is balancing with the upward force, that is reaction force. Okay, so here action and reaction exist. Okay, so this is an example of action and reaction where Newton's third law is applied. So in the same way, second example, if you say pushing a wall. So when you exert a force on a wall by pushing the palm of your hand against wall, so you experience a force exerted by the wall on your palm. So here a boy who is applying a force is the action. In turn, the wall exerts an equal and opposite force is the reaction. Okay, here action and reaction magnitude are equal but acting in opposite direction. Action and reaction are acting opposite to each other. So next, while firing a bullet from a gun. So when a bullet is fired from a gun, it exerts a forward force. Yes, bullet exerts a forward force, that is action. So action on the bullet. And the bullet exerts an equal and opposite force on the gun. That is the reaction due to which the gun recoils. And the gun recoils. Yes. So recoil force of the gun. Right. So where there is a recoil of the gun due to the bullet. Okay. So this is action. Bullet moving, accelerating forward is the action. In turn, it applies a force in opposite direction due to which the gun recoils. It is reaction. Okay. So gun experiences a recoil force, that is reaction force. Next, rocket motion. If you have observed, so in a rocket, fuel is burnt inside the rocket, and the burnt gas at high pressure and high temperature are expelled out of the rocket through a nozzle. Thus, rocket exert a force F on gases to expel through a nozzle in backward direction. So, the outgoing gas exerts an equal and opposite force of reaction on the rocket due to which it moves in the upward direction. Okay. So, here you can see when a rocket is fired, the force of the burning gas coming out is the action. Force on a gas is the action. In turn, it exerts an equal and opposite force on the rocket. So, force on a rocket, that is the reaction, and due to which it moves in upward direction. So, the gases is expelled in opposite direction. Rocket moves in upward direction. So, gases is expelled in downward direction. The rocket force is applied on in upward direction. Next, motion of a human being on a ground. So when when a man pushes back his foot against a ground by a force, that is action, the ground exerts an equal and opposite force R that is on his foot, that is the reaction. So the horizontal component of the force is reaction R causes a man to move forward. Okay, so action and reaction acting in pair. So when a sailor motion of a boat away from the shore while stepping down from it. Okay, so when a sailor jumps out of a boat, he exerts a backward force of the boat, that is action. In turn, the boat exerts an equal and opposite force on the sailor, that is reaction, and due to which the sailor jumps forward. Okay, so this is the example of Newton's third law. Other some examples you can see, when an air filled balloon is released. So when you release an air filled balloon, the force of air coming out of the balloon is the action. It exerts an equal and opposite force on the balloon, which is reaction, and it moves forward. You may have seen, if you just fill the air in the balloon and leave it in air, what happens? It moves upward. So the air filled inside the balloon will move in a downward direction and the balloon will move in upward direction. So here action and reaction exist. So according to Newton, whenever object A and B interact with each other, they exert force upon each other. When you sit in your chair, your body exerts a downward force on the chair and the chair exerts an upward force on your body. There are two forces resulting from this interaction, that is a force on a chair and the force on your body. So these two forces are called action and reaction forces. So when there is an interaction between the two objects, there two forces exist, that is action and reaction force. So Newton's third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay, so this is the explanation about Newton's third law of motion. I hope you'll have understood the concept of Newton's third law of motion and also the examples related to Newton's third law of motion. Okay, dear students, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, thank you.